Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Siren Frost, and today, we're doing this video. We're doing it. So, this is a deck profile that should have happened a few years ago, but I didn't get a chance to do it because I didn't get the full collection. This deck I'm going to be introducing is the Mythiarq Luruthzul deck. And this is another one of those manga decks that, you know, it's now finally coming to light. This deck was actually debuted in the Set 11 collection, where it has more of the revamps of all the regular piece cards, the Glitter Force, I guess. And this was in the same one as Blonde Ezel was. Now, quick little backstory for you guys. The reason why I haven't done this deck at all is because I did not have a full support cast to make a deck out of it. Because set 11 is one of the few sets that I never got at all, so I was a little behind on getting the decks myself. So I had to scrum up some cards and combine them together with some of the newer support from Divines. So this deck is currently going through the Divine series pretty much, and even though it should have been happening like set 11, but I just didn't feel like I want to do it because I didn't have a full support line. That's why. This deck, its abilities are, let me find it in here because I know I have it. Oh, here it is. So the Mythiarq playstyle series aim to gather 5 Mythiarq units and make repeated use of when placed abilities by balancing and recalling Mythiarq rearguards. Okay, that's another thing. Cool. And there is a fighter that has this in the manga. Her name is Chiyo Kuranaga. And Chiyo is actually the granddaughter of Jugo Kuranaga and the little sister of Sanzu Kuranaga. So like I said in my last video, there is a family of Stoicheia players who are the Kuranaga family. So, and when Sky Ruler comes out, there will be a fourth person who is under that name Kuranaga. So, keep an eye on that one if you guys want to. So, not much detail about Chiyo whatsoever, but I'm sure we'll find some more details. I'm just glad that the wiki page is finally opening up about these names that should have been released in the manga itself. So, I'm glad we're actually getting more support for that one too. So, this is great. Now, the deck here is comprised of set 11 stuff that I've kept, along with set 3 stuff and some promo cards. There's a set 6 as well. There's just a bunch of correspondent cards that are like comparable, like a bit of combination of everything. So this deck has been like all the way up to crystal power pretty much, but since we were debuting it the first time, it's just right now currently a baby form right now. So maybe in time, when there's more support, I will start growing it back to normal. But for right now, I am still missing some cards from the Set 11 collection. But for right now, I'll just display what I have you guys right now. So we are using energy counters. So our 5th card for the right deck. We have the cute and adorable Mythiarq Penguilmeko for our starter. It's so damn cute. I'm not gonna lie. This deck has a lot of cutesy cards, and I'm kind of living for it pretty much. And then we have the grade 1, which is the Mythiarq. I don't know if it's an L or an I, but it's Ilondrina or Ilondrina. I think so. I think it's Ilondrina. Its ability is when it's wrote upon by a grade 2 card with Mythiarq in its card name, you may call this to rear guard. Okay, great. Back row ability. If your other rearguard with Mythiarq in its card name was placed by your unit's ability this turn, and your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, your front row rearguards in the same column as this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So I might want to if I get more copies of this cute little duck right here, I may want to put a playset on this card because this is actually pretty cute. Maybe. The next one we have is Mythiarq Luruthmanta. It's a manta ray type of unit. When this unit is wrote upon by grade 3 with Mythiarq in its card name, you may call this to rear guard. So, okay, the grade 1 too has the same play style same ability. When this unit is placed on rear guard, if you have 3 or more units with Mythiarq in their card names, you may soul charge 1. Then choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and that unit cannot intercept until the end of the turn. So it does share a little bit of the Lazy Monk Roxay's ability to stop intercepting from attacking, or units from attacking or intercepting. So that's a great thing to know. Maybe I need to get more of that card too. So, and then finally we have the beautiful, majestic Mythiarq Luruthzul. Okay, you know what? The TH is going to be silent for me because I have a hard time speaking these words. Speaking. Sorry, not spanking. Get your mind in the gutter, Siren. I'm crazy. I'm Delulu. I'm sorry. Her ability is, when this unit is placed on Vanguard, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 3 or less unit card from among them, call it to rear guard, and shuffle the deck. If you have 5 or more units, your opponent chooses a card from their hand and discards it. Okay, that's crazy good, a little bit. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, Counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards with Mythiarq in its card name, return it to the hand. Choose up to 1 unit card with Mythiarq in its different card name from the card returned by this effect from hand, and call it to rear guard. So it makes you choose a new, different Mythiarq to take its place. So, okay, that's not too shabby whatsoever. This deck looks like it's got cute and a lot of fun. So we're going to have a little bit more time adjusting this. And of course, I did use the pink lyrical sleeves, or Donji sleeves, but they're also for lyrical as well. Just because this is a very cute deck, and I feel like, a little bit blue, a little pink, reminds me of Aurora from Sleeping Beauty kind of color. When the fairies are fucking up her dress, pretty much. Let's just get it real. And now for the grade 0, for the main deck, the grade 0s, it's going to be just like her brothers, or her grandpas, pretty much. Just the same kind of style, same units, pretty much. So for this, I chose Cheery Support Elf for our heals. Now the difference in criticals, I chose to go with Dual Pressure Dragon. This is normally for the Aqua Force or Flagbird kind of decks, but since it's also a Serpentine aquatic kind of deck, I think this will go perfectly well. So there's a critical right there, 4 of that, 4 Alanas, 3 Frenzied Heiress, and 1 Blessfavor for Overtrigger. To me, this is just the standard normal Stoicheia kind of style, unless the critical triggers, not the effect ones, but the vanilla ones, you can change out however you want them, or, if you don't have to play fronts if you don't want to, you can play draws. But I have an issue with draws, pretty much, is, I draw too crazy, and my decks keep getting thin out, and I don't like that. And if you guys want to know, I think these are turquoise kind of sleeves here, but they're like glacials, but I do like the color. It's like a watery blue type of vibe. And if you guys don't mind that, like, this may look like a little cotton candy kind of cute combination here. So I'm kind of living for it. Now for the grade 1s, listen. So the grade 1s, I will be honest with you guys, this to me alone is a little bit more tricky, because like I said, this is a combination between from the set 3 and promos galore, and just some small ideas. So for the first one I have is the Mythiarq Rissumy. It's a drop ability when your grade 3 Vanguard with Mythiarq and its card name is placed during your right phase, perform one of the following effects. If you have no units with the same card name as this card, you may call this card to rear guard, as long as it's in the drop zone. If you have a unit with the same card name as this unit, Soul Blast 1, and put this card in the bottom of your deck, and draw a card. Okay, cool. Back row center. During your turn, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, all your front row units with Mythiarq and its card names get plus 5,000 power. So, that is not a bad effect, and it's also very versatile. So, I think a 4 of is perfect for this deck, pretty much. Now, I know there's probably another Mythiarq as a grade 1, but I don't currently have that card. It's not with me right now. So here are some ideas that I think the deck would be more comparable, just for a good start. For me, that is. I played 2 copies of the Green Jewel Beast Emerald, Elmedar, so 2 of those, just to get an extra 15k shield value. 3 Custodial Dragons for our perfect guards. Elementaria Sanctitude for our last one. And of course, we have the Mythiarq Habitat, which is the exclusive order, but this is like a generic card that people sometimes use too. So it says here, the first effect is, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose the 1 unit card with a grade less than or equal to your Vanguard and call the rear guard, and shuffle the deck. So that I think that's why people sometimes use this card too. Now, its other effect is a deck ability. Okay, this might be a little tricky, but we'll see. When you would search for or choose a unit card from your deck, you may search or choose this card. Okay. Sounds fine with me. When this card would be called from deck to rearguard, put it into hand instead of into the drop. Okay. Maybe you all can give me a little educational lesson about this card here alone, because this card here, like I said, this card right here is a little bit more tricky. For me, that is. Since I wasn't the one who's ever played the deck in the first place, so I wouldn't know what that card fully does. Maybe you guys can give me a little bit of a lesson. Now, the grade 2s, I think you're all going to be baffled by the grade 2 lineup, because a lot of you will be thinking like, what the actual fuck? Sorry for my language, but that's just how my reaction is going to be. I'll tell you all. So the first card I have here is only 1 copy of Mythiarq Guardian Delphina. Now, I know you're all probably going to be slapping me across the comment section, but just hear me out. So its ability is the 1 turn only. At the end of battle, your Vanguard with Mythiarq and its card name attack the grade 3 or greater unit, Soul Blast 1, and stand as unit. And it gets 10,000 power in your turn. At the end of your turn, if you have 3 or more units with Mythiarq in their card names, retire this unit, choose a card from your drop with Mythiarq in its card name, as long as it's different, from its card name, and from Delphina, and put it into your hand. So you're all thinking like, why do you have only 1 copy of that card? Well, unfortunately, I never had the chance, and I can't find anybody else who has spares of Delphina, and someone at the shops already have their decks fully built with Delphina in it. So, unfortunately, you just gotta use what you gotta do. We gotta start from somewhere, you know. It's just a small little thing. But I do plan on making this a 4 of, once I get 3 more copies. So that's just my little intake on it. I'm only working with what I have. The next one we have is from set 6. So we got Mythiarq Mitachad. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if you have Vanguard with Mythiarq in its card name, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card with Mythiarq in its different card name from this card. From among them, reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle the deck. If you have revealed a card, choose a card from your hand and put it into Soul. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Mythiarq in its card name, this unit gets 10,000 to the shield. So it's a good little interceptor as well, you know, on top of that. That's why it's like, okay, this card might be a really, really good card to have. And then we have the one from set 3, which will fill the void right now. 4 copies of Mythiarq Merrylish. When this unit is placed on rearguard by the ability of your Vanguard with Mythiarq in its card name, if you have a Vanguard with Mythiarq in its card name, which obviously we do, Counterblast 1, draw a card, and to the end of the turn, when your opponent would call cards from hand to Guardian to the guard for the battle, this unit attacks, they must call 2 or more at the same time. So it does put on a little bit more guard restriction to your opponents. So it's kind of why I chose 4 of her, because, you know, that guard ability is a slay. So that's why we're only working with, and I know, you're all going to be like, that's only 1 copy of Delphine. I am sorry, but that's all I have access to. The next one we have is 3 more copies of Luruthzul. Yeah, Luruthzul. Lulu. Might as well call him Lulu. So 3 more Lulus for Persona Rideability, and then we have this guy, Mythiarq Alpieral. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if you have 3 or more units with Mythiarq in their card names, this unit gets 5k power into the end of that turn, then Counterblast 1 and draw a card. So 4 copies of this one, and then we have the other grade 3, we have Mythiarq Porculi, I think. When you would count the number of your units for the ability of your units with Mythiarq in their card name, this unit may be counted as 2 units. Okay, cool. When this unit attacks, if you have 5 or more units with Mythiarq in their card names, which is greatest for this card, this unit gets 10,000 power into that battle. So that's why this card is perfect for the Mythiarq decks as well. So this deck is going to be regarded as more Grade 1 heavy and Grade 3 heavy and Grade 1 heavy. So this is to me a beginner deck, and it's all I can ever have access to. But that is it for the full debut of Mythiarq Luruthzul for this week's deck profile video for 2 Stoicheia decks, actually. Brothers and sisters, pretty much. And I have to say, this deck was so fun to try to build. It was a little bit more tricky because I just don't get the full build, and I don't get it personally. But that's why I try to learn all the decks all the time. But yeah, guys, that is it for the full build. I hope you guys enjoyed this video from us. So sorry if it was long. There's just a lot of reading since I've been debuting them a lot. If you guys have this deck whatsoever, send me the deck list down in the box down below or comments down below, and help me get through this a little bit, this madness. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys enjoy the content I do create on my channel, go subscribe to this channel. Comment down below, rate it, show some love, thumbs up for this channel, and all that good stuff. You guys know the drill. And yeah, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, or tell me how this deck can work, or you guys may have a good recipe for it, I'm always open for ideas. And yeah, it's just fun building decks again. I was a little bit worried I was not going to do this at all, and so now I have time to kill, so that's great. Anyways, you guys, that is all for this week's deck profile videos. I hope you guys be out there safe and sound, make good choices, and don't let the world's pollution and bad attitudes ruin your day. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Speaking of which, and as always, I'll see you guys next week and next video. And as always, I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.